The success of any group is really about how well that team works together, for sure. Compassion is a fundamental element of that team's chemistry.
The environment and the community that I've found here is amazing.
I really wanted to work for a smaller company that was more of a family atmosphere, where I felt like everybody in the company had a say in what we're doing.
There really isn't 2 days that are the same, but that's why I keep coming back.
The culture at Greensea is different than any company I've ever worked for.
Everybody has each other's backs. We work for each other, not just for the customer.
The main reason why I came to work at Greensea, I would say, was the environment. I've worked in places in the past that didn't foster the type of environment that Greensea seems to bring to the table every single day.
The staff here and the customers that we work with are really about innovation and growth and low barriers and moving the ball.
I came into this company as a technician, and then I eventually moved on to being a robotics engineer, and then went into systems engineering just because I kind of liked being a part of the whole thing.
It's really exciting to see that our staff is starting to diversify. We have really young, fresh out of college engineers. We have some folks who've been in the industry for quite a long time. It's really cool to see that mentorship.
Working with the younger folks, being able to bring some of my experiences and allow them to find their passions, it makes for a great place to work. It really does.
Some people are waiting to be told what to do. This is not that kind of team. This is not that kind of company.
Take your own initiative, reach out when you need help.
Admitting that you might not understand something the same way someone else does is more of a benefit than something that people don't like, because it means you're thinking about the problem in different ways and you can bring your own kind of approach to the solution.
Everybody in the Greensea family feels like they're part of a team and has some input into pretty much any technical decision that we need to make. They might have great input that we need to listen to as developers and architects so that we can take all that information and make the system better.
Just talk to people, put yourself out there, start engaging the rest of the community. They will be very responsive.
It's really interesting to see the projects come to life, from a spark in somebody's eye, if you will, into something that's like, okay, that's a great idea. Now, how do we actually do that?
Rolling up your sleeves, figuring out what the problem is, learning new skills or new tools or new techniques to solve it, and then getting something to work as a prototype really quickly.
We move forward, we discover more about the problem, and the project and the solution grows. It's like spending time with something that's alive because it changes day in and day out.
The context is not in front of a keyboard. The context is in the water. It's on a boat, it's on a dock, it's with a robot, it's with a joystick in your hands.
We need to be out in the field, and we are out in the field doing tremendous amounts of testing, and it's a great perk of being at Greensea. Getting to go to interesting places and do interesting things.
I've been to Australia 3 times, Philippines a couple times, Japan a couple times, Hawaii, and take this really complex ROV and go scanning, looking at old sunken planes, trying to ID them. You learn so much when you travel.
There are so many different types of fires to put out on any given single day. It allows people to grow and kind of, step into the roles that they are able to take on.
Engineers work best when we're passionate about the technology, about the problem.
Drive things forward, passion first. To me, that made it very easy to do my job. I knew what ultimately needed to happen.
When we're vested in producing something of the best quality that's never been done before.
Do it in a methodology that works within the Greensea culture.
Being able to work with mechanical engineers, with electrical engineers, with our software team, with their software team, just all of us collaborating and coming together and producing something that was a whiteboard image, and it's now in the water.
Being on the really cutting edge of that magnitude of innovation and moving the fucking ball is really special.
A lot of companies will be like, families come first, but they don't really stand behind it.
I've never thought of the staff at Greensea anything other than an extension of my family.
Greensea is really supportive of you having a life outside of work. They encourage it, in fact.
When you leave, you unplug. You go home, you relax, you spend time with your family.
We try to be as flexible as possible in this schedule for both Greensea and the employee.
I genuinely really appreciate everybody that I work with, and it's so rare to find a place like that where you get excited about coming to work.
The people really make this company. I'm hard pressed to say anything bad about anybody.
It's a really unique experience to be like entirely a different engineer now than I was at the beginning of working at Greensea.
The personality of Greensea has remained the same, but we're bigger now. We've got people on the West Coast. We opened an office down in Plymouth. If we find somebody who's a good Greensea fit, who embodies what we value so much in our staff, then it doesn't matter where they're located.
It's just an exciting time to be with the organization. We are constantly growing.
The future vision it's a big step from where we are.
We're ultimately looking to deliver a much more complete end solution that the world's going to benefit from.
I think it's going to be one of the most fundamentally powerful ways that this industry is going to move forward.
Greensea's family. There's no other way to describe it. You're here, your family. It's another level. It's another level at Greensea. People who are here want to be here.
The best candidate is always going to be the candidate that wants to just move the fucking ball. That has the gumption, the energy, the aggression, the intelligence, the compassion to work in a team, to just come in and get the job done. If you don't see the exact match for you on here, but you still think you can move the fucking ball for Greensea, then we want you to send an email to Greensea Careers that says, I'm ready to move the fucking ball.